Hello again, everybody, and welcome to high school basketball on the Big W Sports Network tonight. The Jupiter Warriors are hosting their arch rival, the Dwyer Panthers, in a basketball game right here at the home of the Warriors. Warriors are 0-2, and this is a very good Dwyer ball club. Brett Rowley, they're coming in playing very, very well. They're going to be a team to watch and keep an eye on.
Well, if the Dwyer basketball team mirrors the type of talent we saw on the football team, obviously Jupiter's in for a big task.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to have now the playing of the national anthem. All right, there was the national anthem, and we'll be getting underway here in just a couple of minutes. We might mention tonight that the JV game was won rather handily by a very impressive Dwyer Panther ball club by a final score of 66-44. But for the second time in a row since I've seen the junior varsity, Brett, they started playing much better in the latter stages of the game than they did early on.
Well, it looked like they were dealing with a lot of good ball handlers and really terrific athletes in this Dwyer lineup, all the way down to some of the more ancillary players that got in the game late. But I'll tell you, Jupiter was really a well-coached team. They stuck to their game plan even late in the game. They moved the ball well, very unselfish. The defense didn't lack at all for effort. They were just stacked up against what looked like some very superior Dwyer athletes.
All right, let's check the starting lineup. First of all, for the Dwyer Panthers, who come in with a record of 4-1 on the year, they're coached by Fred Ross. They will start Bakari Warthen at one forward. He is a junior, and he'll wear number 12. Alex Davis will be a starting forward, a junior, number 22. And the third starting forward will be Jordan Gonzalez, number 23, just a sophomore for Dwyer. And their guards will be Roderick Gaines, a senior, number 2. And their point guard is Thomas Agnew, a sophomore, number 21. Now the starting lineup tonight for the Jupiter Warriors of Coach John Anderson, 0-2 on the year. They will start Devontae Lillard at one guard position. Devontae, coming off a 21-point performance the other night at John I. Leonard, is a 6'3 junior, and he'll wear number 2. The other starting guard for the Warriors is number 12, 5'9 senior Reed Goldwasser. And the starting center for the Jupiter Warriors will be number 12, and that is Joni Harvey. He's a 6'4 junior, and he'll wear number 34. Also playing a guard position tonight will be Jake Dawkins, 6-foot sophomore, and he's number 30. And the other starting forward is a senior, and he's 6'4 senior, number 32, Anthony Souders. So again, for the Warriors, it will be Souders and Harvey up front, the backcourt of Lillard, Goldwasser, and Dawkins. And the Warriors are coached by Mr. John Anderson. He's assisted by Chet Maxson and also Sherman Steele. Pretty nice crowd on hand for this battle between these two rivals that are just minutes apart on Military Trail here in Florida. And as Brett said, if this Dwyer basketball team is anything like their football team, it could be a long evening for the young Jupiter team. They don't start. They do start one senior in Souder. Well, two of them in Goldwasser, but most of the guys, Brett, that they play off the bench are underclassmen. They're a young team. They're going to have a lot of people back, and they are still missing Cody Wilson, their junior point guard, who is starting to come back more and more from that knee injury, that meniscus problem, but how much we'll see him tonight remains to be seen.
Well, that is the one name that I am familiar with, Brant, is Cody Wilson, and I've just got to see firsthand with my own eyes at Jupiter Stadium how talented this young man is, how athletic he is. I look forward to seeing him back in the Jupiter lineup.
Absolutely. Harvey will jump center against Alex Davis of Dwyer. And we are ready to get this one underway from Jupiter High School, and the tap is controlled by Dwyer. Quickly, it goes to Gonzalez. He will swing it out to Agnew. Thomas Agnew gets the ball back to Gonzalez. Swings it now to Davis. That's Agnew. Here's a drive by number 2, and that is Roderick Gaines. Knifes through the defense and got the basket to make it a 2-0 score. Here's Devontae Lillard with the basketball. Working against the Dwyer, looks like a matchup zone early on here. Here's Dawkins, tries to get the ball to Joni Harvey, but stolen away. Taken by Agnew, gets it ahead and stuffed in for an easy basket by number 12, Bakari Worthen.
Wow, you said it, easy basket indeed. That is very impressive transition basketball early from Dwyer. They definitely came in here ready to play with that kind of bounce in their step, Brent.
And a quick timeout called by John Anderson. Didn't like what he saw early. Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill at 6671 West Indian Town Road in Jupiter features live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday night. Join them for all the fun at Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill in Jupiter. And make sure you're on the winning team when it comes to your financial future. Contact Richard Lepore at Signature Financial Solutions at 1375 Gateway Boulevard in Boynton Beach. And set your course for financial security. Phone 561-596-2743. And after tonight's game, stop by Cheeseburgers and More in the Jupiter West Shopping Center on Indian Town Road and enjoy one of their great burgers and your favorite beverage. Dawkins will put it in play as Dwyer will employ full-court man-to-man pressure. Lillard gets the inbounds, gets a lot of pressure and had the ball stolen, taken away by Dwyer. Agnew got it and a shot put up and a block, and then they're going to have a foul called inside. That might go on Dawkins. It looked like number 20 is what the call is going to be, and it will be a shooting situation. Jake Dawkins picks up for number 30, I'm sorry. His first foul, first team foul, and 2 shots for Alex Davis. Puts it up and dropped it in. His first point, he'll have a second one coming. So early here, Dwyer out to a 5-0 lead. Second shot on its way, and it too is good. So 2 free throws for Alex Davis, and Dwyer stretches out to a 6-point lead, and then a reach-in foul on the inbounds play, and they're going to call it on, I think, number 21, Thomas Agnew. That'll be his first, and the first on Dwyer, and the basketball will stay with the Warriors. Souders gets it into Lillard. Devontae tries to bring it up the court, gets a lot of pressure, brings it through, takes it all the way to the hoop, hangs in the air, put up a shot, couldn't get it, and then batted out of bounds on the rebound by Dwyer.
That was a nice aggressive drive by Devontae. Really good defense by Dwyer not to get the foul on that. Devontae was able to get a good shot off the dribble, though. Good job creating.
Here's Joni Harvey on a drive, puts it up and drops it in. That's the young man from North Carolina, just his 3rd year of basketball, varsity basketball. Here's the ball lost out of bounds at the other end by Dwyer. Boy, they get down quick. I barely have time to put a point in the scoring column, Brett, and we're racing to the other end. Lillard telegraphed his pass, picked off, but then stepping out of bounds is number 12, Bakari Worthen.
That's 2 straight plays where Jupiter has gotten very fortunate to turn the ball over. The inbounds to Devontae on the full court pressure, and now on the end line on the takeaway, and Jupiter needs to take this as a sign. You know, they just got lucky twice on those turnovers. They really need to tighten up on their passes.
That was a problem at John I. Leonard the other night. They'll try to correct it here. Here's Lillard taking the inbounds pass from Goldwasser. And now Reed has the ball on the right wing. He swings it to Joni Harvey way out top, and he'll pass it over to Cole Hayne, who came in during that last stoppage of play, gets the ball to Lillard. Boy, Dwyer's defense is all over the place. They are really pressuring the basketball. Lillard puts a shot up, can't get it. Rebound comes off to the Panthers. Gonzalez wants to pass it up court quickly, but Lillard got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds.
Looks like Devontae's got a lot. He's creating a lot of opportunities off the dribble, even in the face of that extreme pressure. If he can start to look left to right and try to find some teammates on those drives, they may be onto something.
And he is a great passer. He is not a selfish player. He'll give the ball up, but you got to be ready for it. Here's the ball going off the foot down low of number 22, Alex Davis. And the Dwyer turnover will give the ball back to Jupiter. Cole Hain will put it in play. Gets it into Goldwasser. Reed's going to try to bring it up the court. Gets it across the timeline. A lot of pressure. They jump into a double team. Dangerous pass to Devontae. He got it, and then a pass out on the wing to Hain is knocked out of bounds by number 23, Jordan Gonzalez. I'll tell you something else about Dwyer. Not only are they good athletes, but they are lengthy. Here is Harvey getting free inside, puts it up and in.
That's a beautiful look. A little too over-aggressive was the Dwyer defense, looking for the turnover. Nice find.
6-4 the score. Dwyer with the lead. Here's the drive. Nice scoop under, but the shot won't go. Getting his own rebound and putting the putback up is Alex Davis. He's got 4, and he puts Dwyer back up by a score of 8-4. Here's Lillard in the open court, going to come down, drops it off nice to Hain, put it up, couldn't get it. Backboard was slapped, referees didn't see that, and Dwyer gets the rebound.
There was that passing ability you were talking about.
There's a drive to the basket, and a leaner is made by Roderick Gaines, so he's got his 4-point, and Dwyer jumps out to a 10-4 lead. With the basketball, Devontae, and he got held as he started his move to the hoop. They're going to call that one on number 2, Roderick Gaines. That'll be his first and the team's second.
It looks to me like Jupiter's going to want to really concentrate on denying driving lanes of Dwyer, especially from these athletic guards, because as soon as they get a step to the left or the right and they get towards the hole, they're gone. They're going to finish.
Yeah, that was a problem with John I. Leonard and a little bit of a problem tonight. Lillard gets the inbounds pass off a screen. Devontae looks for an opening on the dribble, gives the ball off to Goldwasser. Reed tries to penetrate in, backs his way in, gets the ball to Sodders. He takes it in,
that's
scoops
great
and scores.
Job. Now that's what they need to do right there, Brent. Constant movement, especially on the drive. You got to keep cutting and keep moving on this aggressive defense.
Penetrate and dish, and got the easy one there. So it's 10-6. Dwyer with the ball and Dwyer with the lead. 4:44 left to play here in the first quarter. Here's a drive by Dwyer. Shot put up, and an offensive foul is going to go against Bakari Worthen, his first, team's third. And the turnover will give the ball back to Jupiter.
I asked for it and I got it. They denied him the driving lane, stopped right in the spot, and got the charging foul. Well done by the Jupiter defense.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, John Anderson is a tactician, and he will be preaching what you just said. Close down that lane. He's a good coach, and he knows what he wants to do. Lillard gets the inbounds pass. Devontae will work against Thomas Agnew as he brings it up court for the Warriors. Gets the pass off to Hain. Had to come out high to get it. They almost shoved him into the backcourt. They double team him. He drops it off now to Lillard. Went back across the timeline, and then a drive, and it kicks off the foot of a Dwyer player. They've got a breakout. The shot is up, and count it. Number 12, Bakari Worthen got the bucket through the foul. It'll go on Cole Hain, his first, team's second, and a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. With the score 12-6 here, and Dwyer in the lead.
Quick hands and quick feet, leaving the hoop of the hard.
Here's
Good
a
job
guy
by Dwyer.
Here's a guy you'll remember, Jerome Davis, into the ball game, number 24 for the Warriors. He's got some quickness.
Student athlete for their football team, wide receiver and running back.
Worthen's free throw is up, and it is good. And Bakari Worthen has his 5th point, and Dwyer pushes the lead out to 13-6. Goldwasser brings the ball up the court, takes it all the way to the hoop, puts it up on the run, can't get the roll, rebound off to Dwyer. And they want to get it up court quickly. A stop and pop and short, rebound, the littlest guy on the court, Goldwasser.
That's a great job of boxing out and getting to that rebound, also reading the deflection.
Hain telegraphed his pass for Joni Harvey, and it's a steal by Dwyer. And they have a little trouble with the pass, but now we'll set up the offense. That's their point guard, Thomas Agnew, just a sophomore, and pretty obvious that he runs the show, Brett. He is a pretty cool customer for a sophomore They look for him, and he sets the offense up and distributes the basketball and does a very good job. We had a foul called there, and I'm not sure who they got for Jupiter on that one, but it is the third team foul. And Dwyer will trigger the inbound, leading here by 7 at 13-6. Agnew gets the ball off in the corner, shot put up and off the mark by Dwyer. Rebound to Hain. That was number 22, Alex Davis, that misfired on the shot. Hain with the basketball, gets it to Reed Goldwasser. Got to start a drive, gets it off to Devontae. His reverse won't go. Harvey picks it up, puts it back off the glass. Can't get it. Rebound Hain. So a fourth chance coming here for the Warriors, and they throw it away as Sodders tried to get it to Harvey on the give and go, but it didn't work.
Now, you said Sodders playing one of the forward spots. Man, he's got a point guard mentality. I can see a high IQ on that kid already. That was a good look down low. Number 34, he was just a little late in recognizing what was coming.
Here's the pass inside. Harvey tries to block the shot, can't do it. A nice twisting basket made by number 22, Alex Davis, who's got 6 in a quarter. He's a smooth-looking ball player. Here's Cody Wilson taking it to the other end and got fouled by number 12, and that is Bakari Worthen, whistled for his second, team foul number 4. So Cody Wilson will take it out of bounds and put it in play for Jupiter. Cody will play more and more as his knee gets better. Gets the ball into Lillard. Devontae.
So that is Wilson there.
Not scored tonight. Here he comes on a drive. Drops it off beautifully to Harvey. Puts it up in traffic, and he can't get it. Good interior defense really there by Dwyer. They didn't give Harvey a clean look. Here's Lillard, tries for a steal. Can't get it. Dwyer's got to worry about the 10 count. It's got to be close, and they turn it over.
Yep. I really like what I'm seeing out of Dwyer as far as Jupiter rather, as far as fundamentals. They're boxing out on the defensive end of the court. Their pressure is good but clean throughout the middle of the court, and as Dwyer's bringing up the ball. And I really like their half-court sets. If they could just cut down these turnovers, they'd be back in this game.
Colin Williams checks into the Dwyer lineup. He's number 12. Here's Cody Wilson on a drive. Gets it off to Harvey. Joni puts it up, and he got it. And he got the foul.
I love that pass. A great look on the bounce pass, and they continue to go back to Hardy. They have confidence in their big man.
Got to call that foul on number 4. And that'll be his first, team 5th. Harvey's free throw is off the mark. Well, the other night at John I. Leonard, Jupiter shot great free throws for 3 quarters, but 4 out of 13 in the fourth really cost him. Here's a drive by Sodders, and he's fouled.
I like this kid's basketball IQ. He recognized quickly that he was the farthest man up the court. He tucked that ball, took 2 steps, and went up hard to get the hoop, or to get the foul, rather. Put himself on the line.
Number 33 drew the foul, and Anthony Sodders, who has 2 points, will go to the line to shoot a pair. His first one is up and good. No, actually, Jupiter shot the free throws very well and probably lost the game at John I. Leonard from the foul line. Both teams shot 13 in the fourth quarter. John I. Leonard hit 9, and Jupiter hit just 4. So there's your, in a 3-point loss, there's 5 points right there.
Coach doesn't have to look far to point to what, the main cause of the loss is when you look at numbers like that. And good thing about that, Brent, is that's easy to correct.
It is. Souders has 4. It's 15-10. Dwyer with the ball with the lead. They put a shot up in the paint by McDonough. It's no good. And going to have a personal foul call. They're going to call it on Joni Harvey, number 34. Joni has to be careful. He can be prone to foul problems from time to time, and that's his first here.
I thought that one was a little ticky-tack, and I'll tell you, as Jupiter has stepped up their intensity, Dwyer's finding it a little tougher to get the ball inside, and I feel like he got a little bailed out a little bit on that call.
McDonough puts the free throw up. Well, I tell you what, Dwyer, they like shooting free throws here. They're 4 for 4. Jupiter not too bad tonight, 2 out of 3. McDonough will have another one coming. Puts it up, and he got it too. He's got 2, and he pushes the lead to 7, 17-10. I think that matches the biggest lead that Dwyer's had. Here's Cody Wilson with the basketball. They're going to jump into a double team, and he dribbles right through it and then throws it right to the wrong team. Here's a steal, but McDonough has it knocked away, and Goldwasser got it back. Gives it up to Cody. Cody on the drive, takes it all the way in, tries to put up a shot, can't do it, but drew a foul. And I believe they might have got number 23, Jordan Gonzalez, on the foul, and they did. and Cody Wilson will go to the line to shoot two. Well, it's easy to see why Coach Anderson likes Cody Wilson and wants him on the floor. He really can attack the basket.
Well, I'll tell you, obviously, he's got physical tools at the one. That's quite easy to see. That's going to come back quicker. You know, they'll know when he's physically ready to go, but it's the peripheral awareness, the critical thinking skills. That's going to come back slower. We're seeing that already with tough decisions being made by Cody early, a turnover, but now he's back at the line.
Tries to cash in on 2 free throws, and he does so. And also checking in back into the game is number 2 for Dwyer. That's Roderick Gaines. And checking in for Jupiter during that last stoppage of play is number 44, Derek Beard. So it's 17-12, a 5-point lead for the Dwyer Panthers. Here's the ball passed inside, and the held ball between two pretty rugged individuals, Souders and McDonough, who I'm going to call both 6'4", because we know Anthony is, and McDonough's right even with him.
Yeah, but there's at least a 20, 30-pound difference right there, or 20-pound difference at least.
The arrow on the held ball points to the Warriors, so they, on that held ball, will come away with it. So that goes as a turnover.
And that's another IQ play by Souders. I really like what I'm seeing out of this young man's game early.
Cody Wilson gets it over to Souders, finds Lillard. Devontae scoops in, can't get the basket, but draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. But the man that made that play really worked for Jupiter. Again, was Cody Wilson, who dribbled through a triple team. Lillard will put up the free throw and miss it. A little bit too hard. They'll have another one coming here. Eyes it, flies it, and he got it. That's his first point of the night for Devontae Lillard, and they'll need a lot more out of him to stay with Dwyer.
I was just thinking the same thing. He's going to have to be the facilitator, and that should be a foul on him. And that's the other thing I'm thinking is he's going to want to stay out of foul trouble. They're going to need him on the floor.
They actually called the foul on number 4.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm with you. They called the foul on Tommy Luke of Dwyer, and his second, team 7th, and Devontae goes to the line for a 1+1.
Wow, that's a fortunate call. It's going to keep Devontae in his rhythm. It's going to get them closer to this lead.
Oh, and he rolls off the rim, no good. So a chance to creep ever closer, and they can't cash in. And they're going to be in the one and bonus the entire second quarter, Brett. Here is a near push-off. Cody Wilson playing great defense out on the guard for Dwyer. And here's the ball deflected out of bounds by Lillard. The zone doing a lot better job of closing off the lane.
Well, the whole thing about the zone is quick hands, quick feet, and quick thinking. And when the game started, they seemed like Jupiter was off to a bit of a sluggish start. But right now, it seems like they've matched the Dwyer intensity, and that's the heart of the zone.
That and Cody Wilson really has helped give them an extra ball handler. That's kind of changed the offensive end a little bit too and opened the floor up for them.
With Devontae and Wilson on the floor, I want to see those two on the floor together for extended minutes and see what happens.
Dwyer will get the ball in. That's Gonzalez on the catch. He'll shoot from 14. It's too hard. Rebound battled for and loose on the floor, and a foul called on the scrum for the basketball, and they're going to call it on number 23, and that's Jordan Gonzalez. And out on him will be his second. And the Warriors, in the person of Reed Goldwasser, a pretty good free throw shooter, will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Boy, it's just imperative that Jupiter knock down these free throw opportunities.
I completely agree. That was a good call. Puts Jupiter back on the line before the beginning of the second quarter. What a great opportunity for them to climb back in this.
Shot
if they
up.
can hit their foul shots.
Couldn't get it. That was the 10th team foul, so a double bonus, and Jupiter's gone ice cold from the free throw line after they'd shot pretty well. Second shot is up, and it too is no good. So, boy, they are killing themselves at the foul line. Here's a drive by Dwyer and a scoop shot put up and in by number 3, and that is Kenneth Anders for his first 2.
And that especially hurts when your guards are missing the free throws. You expect Hardy and some of the forwards to miss a few free throws, but when your guards are stepping up and bricking free throws, that hurts.
Cody Wilson tried to dribble the ball up against pressure, and the ball went out of bounds, and the official says it went off of him, but I think this is probably going to be overruled because I think the ball actually went off of a black jersey. Nope, they just want to make sure they got it right. It will stay with Dwyer. so the official had it right. He was really the closest one to it. And then we had too many men on the field, on the floor. They throw the ball to Cody Wilson. He can't get the layup, and Souders stays up. Boy, that was a strange-looking play. Dwyer started the inbound with 6 guys on the floor. Had a player come off. Here's a steal by Lillard. They can't control it. It goes out of bounds. Boy, Jupiter very fortunate, Brett, to be within 4 points with their very cold free throw shooting.
I completely agree. They're lucky that Dwyer didn't get out to a bigger run. When Dwyer had them in the first 3 minutes, it seemed like they were completely outmatched in intensity, and they could have gone on a bigger run than they did. I agree with you. Jupiter is fortunate to be where they are.
Three-pointer put up and made by Kenneth Anders, who's Mr. Offense. He's got 5 points, the last 5 points, pushes it to a 7-point lead. Here's Beard at the other end. He puts a shot up, and he can't get it. It's blocked. He got open, but he probably should have put it up without coming down, and he could have had the 2 points. But when he brought it to the floor, those quick leapers for Dwyer were able to close in on it.
That's all the window they needed. But I'll tell you, if Jupiter continues playing the way they're playing in their half-court sets, they should be able to remain close.
Here is Goldwasser on a wild drive, can't get it. Lillard got the rebound, puts the fall away up, no good. And
good
the
play.
Rebound goes out of bounds, and that's the end of the first quarter of play here at Jupiter, with the Dwyer Panthers 22 and Jupiter at 15.
Well, I'll tell you, coming out of the first quarter, Brent, it seems like Jupiter is much more comfortable in the half-court set, passing the ball around, being unselfish, and ultimately getting the ball deep into the post. Whereas if Dwyer isn't able to get in transition or isn't able to exploit one of their athletic mismatches, they have a little bit more trouble getting into the flow of their offense in the half court. And that's where Jupiter needs to realize the difference is. If they can stay high intensity in their zone, create tough passing lanes for Dwyer, get it tough for them to get it into the post, and continue to be unselfish on the offensive end, they should be able to stay in this game.
I checked some of the other settings. You don't want to go to the other settings. It's just a little latency. It's a little latency back and forth. Like it's a little slower back and forth.
Be sure to get all the action. See live if you can. If you can't, remember the computer and check it out.
22-15 is our score in the basketball game. Dwyer with the lead. Jupiter just 6 of 11, Brett, in that quarter from the free throw line, and that really hurt them because they missed the front end of a bonus. And Dwyer doing just what you got to do when you're on the road.
At halftime if you ask for it.
5 of 5. Here's the drive by Dwyer, and a shot put up and in again by Kenneth Anders. Boy, that senior's got 7 points and is really a weapon out there.
They are very comfortable with the isolation offense. They don't pass more than 2 or 3 times before one of their athletes takes it off the ISO and gets to the hoop.
Lillard had a shot inside the lane here at the other end and couldn't get it. There's a shot put up by Dwyer, no good, and then batted out of bounds off of the Warriors. They were unable to come up with that ball. So this is a good Dwyer ball club, Brett. They're 4-1, and they've got a lot of weapons. Their leading scorer actually is a guy off the bench. So,
well, that lets you know about their coaching philosophy and the type of teamwork and unselfishness that might be indicative through this entire squad. I'll tell you, that's very impressive that their leading scorer is coming off the bench. It lets you know that their starters have got to be multi-tool athletes.
Yeah. Well, the turnover gives the ball back to Jupiter here, trailing now by 9. They need a basket in the worst way to stay tight in this one. Here's Reed Goldwasser. He's going to try to work the lane, gets the ball off to Souders. Anthony looks for an opening. He'll drive it in. It went off of somebody's foot. He got it back, finds Reed, bluffed the 3, takes it in, puts a shot up, no good. Hayne got the follow up and in.
That was a great play by Hayne because if Goldwasser had gotten his hands back on it, it would have been a traveling. Well done by Hayne.
That for Cole's his first 2. They're going to need some more offense out of him. He had 10 the other night at John I. Leonard, and he makes it a 7-point ball game. So defenses are starting to settle down a little bit. Jupiter just needs to get a little more proficient on the offensive end, and they could crawl back in this.
Their best stretch was when Hardy was in the game, and they were making a concerted effort to get the ball into the post. I'd really like to see them get back to that.
Pull-up shot is missed, and then the rebound taken and stuck back in by number 22, Alex Davis, a good-looking ball player. He's got 8. I think Coach Anderson got Dwyer to take the shot he wanted, but he didn't get the rebound. Here's Souders on a drive. Spins, puts up the shot, blocked, got it back, left it short. Hain can't follow and get it. Rebound loose, and here comes Dwyer. Anders in the court, puts it up, but Davis blocks it out of bounds.
Wow, and there's some of that leaping ability we got to see on Friday nights, Brent.
Absolutely.
That was a big-time rise and reject.
Jerome Davis knocks it away. Dwyer, though, will maintain possession, leading by 9. They lob the ball out to Gonzalez. Going to work the perimeter. Maurice Williams into the ball game now. Here is Williams with it. They pass it in the corner. Shot put up by Anders. It won't go. Rebound. Souders tries to save it. Never do that. Blocked by Hain. He saved it under his own basket. It goes to Lillard. Devontae goes behind the back, knocked away. Didn't throw to the trailer there. You got to feel that. Here's Davis with a steal. He's got it in the open court. He will hold up against the double team and give it off to Hain, and then he is grabbed.
Yep,
nope,
good call.
I think he
traveling, Brent.
stepped out of bounds as he got it. Yeah,
he took a step before he put the ball down. Very good call there by the ref seeing that. Now that last shot by Dwyer, Brent, that's the shot that Jupiter's trying to force with that 2-3 zone. They want to get the offense to stretch the ball out and take an uncomfortable deep shot with a little bit of pressure. Now there wasn't a lot of pressure on that shot, but that's the shot they want to force out of an athletic team like Dwyer.
Dwyer has the ball at the top, and there's a pass that goes through the hands of the Jupiter players. Picked up, shot put up, missed, tipped in by number 22, Alex Davis, who went up a ton for that one. He's got 10. Boy, did he sky for that one.
There's another 50-50 ball won by Dwyer. It is all this athleticism, and Davis again.
Yeah, and he missed the snowbird. Here's Reed Goldwasser, gets the ball to Lillard, no good, knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Jupiter.
I can't believe there's a no call there.
11-point Dwyer lead here, and Jupiter has scored just 2 points in a quarter. Now the ball, they say, will go to the Panthers.
Davis is physically dominating this Jupiter team. He is winning all the 50-50 chances, the rebounds, the loose balls at half court. Davis is really exerting himself and dominating physically inside.
Called an offensive foul, and I believe they called it on Alex Davis, number 22, to be his first.
Yeah, they did.
This should be a shooting situation, though. They're in a double bonus, but they're going to let Jupiter take the ball out of bounds, and John Anderson wants an explanation as to why he's not going to the foul line. Hain's got to get the ball inbounds. He does to Devontae Lillard.
I'd love an explanation,
double team, needs help, gets the ball to Reed Goldwasser, off to Hain. And here's Davis underneath, slashes the basket, and Jerome gets the easy one. His first 2. And it's 28-19 Dwyer. They play on the perimeter. Here's the drive and a kick. That's McDonough. He takes it into the lane. Shot put up from outside, rolls in and out. Davis can't get the rebound. Jerome Davis does. Ahead to Hain. He's got a man trailing him, puts a shot up on the run, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. Pretty good call there. His second.
Yeah, I like that call. That call was made for one reason, and that is because of how out of control he was.
Exactly.
Great job positioning themselves by the Dwyer defense.
So Dwyer will have the ball. They lead by 9. Checking into the lineup, number 32, Williams again. He'll replace number 22, Alex Davis. The junior will sit down with a personal foul, but also a high-point game of 10 points. So here come the Panthers, leading by 9 with 4 minutes left to play in the half. Quarter number 2, and there's a ball thrown away. Point guard started to cut low, and just as he did, the ball came his way. The turnover gives it back to Jupiter. Here's Lillard with the ball in the open court. Gets it to Davis. He'll pull up. He'll kiss the glass. No good. Rebound to Souter. Spins. Puts it up. Got the soft touch on the whirling derby shot inside, and he's got 8. But quickly, Dwyer to the other end. And they'll put it up and miss. Rebound. Put back up and in by number 32, Williams.
I like how the refs swallowed their whistle on that sequence of plays there. The Sauter shot and then back the other way. Good
Here's
play by both
Lillard
teams.
in the open court, takes it in, puts it off the glass, got it. And they'll count it, I believe. He drew the personal foul. Devontae, relentless with his first basket. The foul went on who? 20. Or was it just 2? I think it was on 2.
The hoop of the hard, man, and that was created by Devontae's quickness into the lane. He's got a lightning quick first step, and when he rises for his shot, it's tough for these Dwyer defenders to stay in proper position.
He puts it up, and he got it. So he's got 4 points, and he's now 2 out of 4 from the foul line, and he keeps Jupiter close at 30-24. Here's a hand check, and that's a point of emphasis this year. Everybody's talked about it, and Reed Goldwasser just got caught right there. And it was the right call.
I agree that was the right call, and that's the way they've been calling it consistently throughout this whole first half, especially near the sidelines. I like the call.
16 foul on Jupiter, so the Dwyer Panthers will go to the line for the bonus on the next one. With the basketball is number 3, Kenny Anders. Gets the ball off, wild shot put up, missed. Souders with the rebound. Looks to give it to a guard, gives it to Hain instead. Cole is grabbed and fouled in backcourt by number 2, Roderick Gaines, and that, I think, will be his 3rd personal foul.
I tell you, this Dwyer squad is so quick and explosive off their first step. Seems like throughout their entire lineup, if they would just start looking for that extra pass as they head to the lane, they also would find a few extra guys on the post wide open, and with their athleticism and ability to finish, you know.
Haynes' free throw is good. He's got the double bonus. He's got 3 points, and Dwyer has sees that lead shrink to 5. That's as close as it's been for a while, Brett. But they are so explosive that a minute from now they may have it back to 9 or 10.
Well, the one thing Jupiter's been doing well, and he does make the free throw, is they've kept their head down and they've kept doing what they want to do, and they've done it decent. They've been playing their game well, and it's kept them in it.
There's a putback, stuck back and up and in by Williams, who's got a couple of buckets off their bench. And it's back to a 6-point lead. Here's Lillard. Got to be careful going behind the back. It's picked up by Hain, but then a scrum picked up by Dwyer. The ball's still loose, and finally the play is stopped, and they've got a timeout. They're going to call a timeout, and they're going to award it to Dwyer. I didn't think they had possession of the ball, but it looks like that is the call. And Coach Anderson really not complaining about that too much. Brett, Devontae is a great ball handler, but what he's got to understand, Dwyer has great athletes, and they're staying with him in the open court, and they force him to one side, and he's got a great behind-the-back dribble, but when he's going to that trailing defender that he doesn't see is right there to knock that ball away, and consequently, they're losing the opportunity for some easy buckets inside.
I completely agree with you, and as Dwyer is realizing that when Devontae comes off the dribble, he's more than likely going to shoot at this point. As the Dwyer lead grows, the more likelihood of him shooting off that is going to continue, and all the help defense is going to be more and more successful.
Dwyer with the ball, a 6-point lead, coming down to the 2.5-minute mark. Almost stolen away by Souders, but picked back up by Dwyer. An open shot is put up, but it's no good. Rebound. Dwyer pulls it down. They are after that basketball. McDonough, another long shot put up, no good. Rebound this time taken by Harvey. They surround him, and he gets it off to Hain, but he picked up his dribble, needs help, gets it to Souders. Over to Davis, hands it to Lillard. He's going to take it all the way in. He's got an open lane in, dumps it off. It skips out to Souders. He can shoot the 3, but he misses this one badly. Rebound, run down, taken by Anthony Souders, and then he is fouled by Dwyer, and they're going to call an intentional breakaway foul. That's what he signaled, and if that is right, that this will be 2 shots in the ball, and I'm not sure about that call, but it's going to go on number 21, Thomas Agnew. But that, Brett, did I see that right? That is a signal that he showed.
That's intentional foul. That's so bang bang. It's tough to really get on the refs too bad about it. But the call before where they gave possession to Dwyer, I didn't agree with that. This one I feel is even more dicey, totally dicey. With the ball, with possession still in question, there's no way it could have been clear there, Brent. Could it have?
Usually that call comes on when you're going up for a layup underneath.
Breakaway.
You don't see it out on the floor. Souders knocks down the free throw. I'll tell you what, he's perfect there tonight, Brett, and thank goodness for him. 9 points. He's keeping Jupiter in it, puts this one up, got it as well. Anthony's got his 10th point, and we're down to a 4-point ball game, and Jupiter will have the basketball here.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Sauter's play. I said early that I saw a high IQ out of this young man. He's proven me right. He's low on the turnovers. He's low on bad decisions, and his ability in and around the basket and his ability to see the floor in the half court has been a big boon to them today.
Here's Lillard. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Anthony Souders, bluffs the three, gives it back to Devontae. He gets it to Harvey, back to Devontae, and he's fouled before he can put a shot up. They're going to call the personal on number 3, and that's Kenneth Anders, and I believe that's his first, but Lillard, who's 2 of 4 from the line tonight, will shoot 2 here.
Okay, so he's getting the shots on the bonus, not on the foul, because I really feel like when he got that ball back, he's right in the middle of the act of shooting. But because of the foul bonus, it really doesn't make a difference, does it?
Yeah, everything really should be shot, seems like. So now it's a 3-point game. Devontae can make it a 1-possession, 2-point game. It already is one, and he does. He's got 6. He's knocked down 3 free throws in a row, and Jupiter trails just 32-30. Boy, they fought back well.
Very, very well for a team that has had trouble with turnovers, trouble at the free throw line, and trouble shooting outside. They're only down 2 points.
A near steal there by Goldwasser. Anders gets in trouble, tries to keep the dribble alive, and now a dive-in foul is going to be committed by number 12, I think, Reed Goldwasser.
Good call. Yeah, I mean, when they go into halftime, the Jupiter coaching staff is going to be able to look at this score and say, look, you guys did very little well here in the first half, and you are right in striking distance, and then he should thank Sauter.
This will be a 1 and bonus for Kenneth Anders, the senior, who scored 7 points tonight and really given Dwyer a lift off the bench. The left-hander puts it up, and he can't get it. Harvey had to rebound, and McDonough took it away. Gets it inside, and a nice reverse won't go. And this time, Joni pulls it down and holds on.
I want to see more Hardy in the second half. He took a long spell on the bench, and I'm not sure why. They are a bad turnover. They are a better team with Hardy on the floor, I'm convinced.
Absolutely. Goldwasser there got a little bit out of control and tried to dump the ball off. He traveled there. He just slid the foot just slightly. That was trying to get it to Jerome Davis, but he couldn't do it. And now Dwyer has the ball, the 2-point lead with 1:20 to play in a very entertaining first half here at Jupiter. Dwyer with the basketball and the 2-point lead. They've been ahead by as many as 9 and looked like they had a chance to blow this game open. There's a 3-point shot put up and rolls in and out. Harvey gets another rebound out to Lillard. Devontae in the open court is going to take it all the way in, muscle up a shot, but it's stolen. He tried to drop it off at the last moment to Joni Harvey, and Dwyer batted it away, and then they throw it away at the other end.
That was a good no call by the refs. Devontae tried to get bailed out going underneath the hoop. The refs weren't buying it, but then you gotta be smarter coming back down. You got your guys in transition if you're Dwyer. That's what you want. You got a chance to run on them. You got to be smart with the passes.
So Dwyer will have the ball, Jupiter will have the ball. Trailing by 2, they get it into Lillard. They take Jerome Davis out of the ball game, who played pretty well out there. And here comes Devontae up the court. 40 seconds to play in the half. Jupiter trails by 2. Devontae drives in and had the ball taken away. Now it's loose on the floor, and a held ball is called, and the arrow will go. I agree with you. That was a lot of contact there.
He had his man on the first step. He had his man's hip opened up and turned to him. I completely disagree with that call. That should have been a call on the shot for Devontae.
Lillard will put it in play for the Warriors. Gets it into Souders. He'll try a 3 for the lead. Won't go. Harvey gets the rebound. Puts it up. Blocked by Dwyer. And then the ball bounces right to Hayne, but he can't control it. Picked up by Lillard. He gives the ball to Souders with 20 seconds to go. Anthony's going to drive. He's going to muscle, and the ball blocked and knocked away by Dwyer. Will stay with Jupiter. Man, the action is fast and furious, and John Anderson wants a timeout to get over a set play here. The Jupiter Medical Center is a proud sponsor of Jupiter High School basketball on the Big W Sports Network. Your friends at the Jupiter Medical Center say, "Go Warriors." Giuseppe's Italian restaurant in the Chasewood Plaza in Jupiter features a great family atmosphere. Enjoy their Italian cuisine daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. For takeout or catering, phone Giuseppe's in Jupiter at 561-743-2330. Boy, Brett, this has been an entertaining ball game, and what an effort by Jupiter to get back in this ball game. They've committed more turnovers than Coach would like to see, but against a very, very well-coached, athletic Dwyer Panther Ball Club, they're right in it.
I love what I see out of Jupiter. What I'm seeing most out of Jupiter is the ability to change and adjust to this Dwyer athleticism. Early on in this ball game, they were having problems shooting the ball outside. They were trying to move the ball around. Their passing lanes were getting muddled up. They have changed here late in the second quarter. They started getting more comfortable off the dribble, and their more aggressive players are starting to really settle down and find out what's working in this half-court set, and they're starting to get some really good looks inside.
And I think a thing that really helped them was the play of a couple of guys off the bench that have been able to adjust to the tempo. Jerome Davis and Cody Wilson. Those two guys have really helped open the floor. But again, they'll go light on them because Jerome just coming off the football season. Reed Goldwasser gets the ball in to Hayne. Now Lillard. Devontae, they try to clear the floor for him. He gets the ball to Hayne, but almost stolen. It is taken away by Dwyer. They're going to have a breakaway at the other end, and Joni Harvey commits the foul with 4.4 seconds to play. Well, that's unfortunate because it's on Joni in the open court. It's only a second, but boy, you know how he struggles from time to time with free throw situation. And going to the line now will be number 1, Maurice Williams for Dwyer, and he missed the free throw, and he'll have...
That's a violation on
A
Hardy.
late violation, okay.
Should be. But I really didn't like that call. It looked to me like number 2, I can't see the young man's name for Dwyer right now, but it looked like he just lost his balance and lost his dribble into Hardy, and Hardy did everything he could to get out of the way, and yet he still got tagged with a foul.
He was the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's right.
All right, Souter's going to take the ball out of bounds with 31 seconds left to play. And now we've got a whistle, and now they're going to get the ball in. Here's Davis. Jerome tries to beat his man all the way down. He can't get it up. And that'll be the end of the first half of play with Dwyer holding on. They tried to get that ball to Jerome, and he nearly raced up. I said 31 seconds. Brett, it was 3.1.
It was 3.1 seconds,
but he,
yeah.
Had it not been for good defense by Dwyer, he had time to get the shot off.
Yeah, he did actually have time. He could have pulled up a little bit earlier and really gotten a good look or possibly drawn a foul, but that was a nice little play run up by them. But I agree with you 100% that Jerome Davis really brought a spark off the bench, as did Cody Wilson. They brought a ton of energy. And Jerome Davis, especially with the ball in his hand, was very comfortable right off the bench and made some really solid decisions.
Brett, another thing about Davis and Cody Wilson playing, when they're on the floor and you can have 2 speedy ball handlers along with Devontae Lillard, that is going to change everything that Reed Goldwasser sees as well, because he's not quite got the speed or the ball handling they have, but what he does have is a dead-eye three-point shot. And when those guys, when you have to worry defensively about those guys driving and kicking, that's going to open the floor up for him, and I think his scoring will go up as they play more.
I completely agree with you. I'd like to see them drive and look for Goldwasser, look for Sauter, look for Wilson out on the outside perimeter and try to get some of their shooters going. That's really the one facet that's missing in their offense right now is the outside shot. They're dribbling the ball well. They're moving the ball well with and without the ball. They're moving well. Their intensity's been good, but their outside shot has been missing. If they get that going, that might be enough to get the lead from the Dwyer team.
We're being entertained by the dance group here at halftime at Jupiter. I'm going to run down the scoring. It looks like this for the Dwyer Panthers. They are led by Alex Davis, who has 4 baskets and 2 free throws for 10 points at halftime. 5 points for Bakari Worth, and those all came in the first quarter on a pair of baskets and one from the foul line. Roderick Gaines has 2 field goals for 4 points. McDonough off their bench Number 33, Jack McDonough, the junior, has a pair of free throws for 2 points. Kenneth Anders has 3 baskets, one of those a three-pointer for 7 points, 0 for 1 from the foul line. And number 32, Colin Williams, has 2 baskets for 4 points for the Dwyer Panthers. So for Dwyer, again, they're led by Davis with 10. Wharton has 5, 4 for Gaines, 2 for McDonough. Anders has 7, and Colin Williams has 4. For the Jupiter Warriors, Devontae Lillard has 6 points at halftime, 1 field goal, and 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. Joni Harvey in the ball game, 3 baskets, all in the first quarter, 6 points in the ball game. Anthony Souders leads the Warriors in scoring. A super game tonight from Anthony on 3 buckets and 4 of 4 from the line. 10 points for Anthony in the contest tonight. Jerome Davis, 1 hoop for 2 points, and Cody Wilson, a pair of free throws for 2. So again, for the Warriors, they are led by Souders with 10. Lillard has 6. Harvey has 6. Payne has 4. Davis and Wilson have 2. Our halftime score, 32-30 in favor of the Dwyer Panthers. A reminder, Jupiter High School basketball will be back on the internet tomorrow night as the Warriors will travel to Wellington High School to take on the Wolverines, and Brett and I will be there for all the action of that one. And we hope you can join us for that contest as well. But as we said, right now it's 32-30, the Dwyer Panthers with the lead here at halftime over the Dwyer Panthers.
Well, Brand, as you run down those scores, I'm very unsurprised to hear 10 points for Sauter. He right now is unquestionably the leader of this Jupiter squad on the floor. Now, I know Devontae seems to be very comfortable, and the team seems to be comfortable with the ball in his hands. But it seems like when it's time for a play to be made, it was Sauter. Sauter was the one who made it. Sauter created a few key turnovers, and his play in and around the hoop, very solid, very calm. He's got that lightning quick spin, and he's not afraid to take that shot off the fadeaway. He got to the line a couple times doing it, and he got that shot off late in the possessions, which really kind of bailed him out. Very high on-court IQ for Sauter.
32-30, and I think I said Dwyer was leading Dwyer. No, Dwyer's leading Jupiter. They're not playing themselves tonight. They are playing Jupiter, and Dwyer has the lead here at the half, 32-30. Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill at 6671 West Indian Town Road in Jupiter features live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday night. Join them for all the fun at Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill in Jupiter. Make sure you're on the winning team when it comes to your financial future. Contact Richard Lepore at Signature Financial Solutions at 1375 Gateway Boulevard in Boynton Beach, and set your course for financial security. Phone 561-596-2743. After tonight's game, stop by Cheeseburgers and More in the Jupiter West Shopping Center on Indian Town Road and enjoy one of their great burgers and your favorite beverage. The Jupiter Medical Center is a proud sponsor of Jupiter High School basketball on the Big W Sports Network. Your friends at the Jupiter Medical Center say, "Go Warriors!" And Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant in the Chasewood Plaza in Jupiter features a great family atmosphere. Enjoy the Italian cuisine daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. For takeout or catering, phone Giuseppe's in Jupiter at 561-743-2330. Again, the halftime score, Dwyer 32, Jupiter 30. We'll be back with the third period of play in just a few minutes. come back on, I want to read my ads again, and then we'll go. About 2 minutes, I'll pot it. I mean, about 35 seconds, I'll pot it back up. Back at Jupiter, it's 32-30, our halftime score. Dwyer on top of the Warriors of Jupiter, who fought back from a 7-point first quarter deficit. Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill at 6671 West Indian Town Road in Jupiter features live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday night. Join them for all the fun at Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill in Jupiter. Make sure you're on the winning team when it comes to your financial future. Contact Richard Lepore at Signature Financial Solutions at 1375 Gateway Boulevard in Boynton Beach and set your course for financial security. Phone 561-596-2743. After tonight's game, stop by Cheeseburgers and More in the Jupiter West Shopping Center on Indian Town Road and enjoy one of their great burgers and your favorite beverage. And the Jupiter Medical Center is a proud sponsor of Jupiter High School basketball on the Big W Sports Network. Your friends at the Jupiter Medical Center say, "Go Warriors." And Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant in the Chasewood Plaza in Jupiter features a great family atmosphere. Enjoy the Italian cuisine daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. For takeout or catering, phone Giuseppe's in Jupiter at 561-743-2330. 32-30, Brett, and some work to be done for Jupiter, but I think the Warriors, under all things considered, very happy to be only down 2 at the half.
Yeah, they should be very happy. Not as much work to be done as could have been done. And I got to tell you, if I'm the Dwyer coaching staff going into halftime, I'm telling my guys, we are one spurt from closing this team out here at home. And they got to be looking for the extra pass. Their athleticism has bought them so many clean looks at the hoop, so many trips to the foul line. They need to use that athleticism to gain them one extra pass because, Brant, they've been one pass away from a wide open look all afternoon. And if you're if you're the Jupiter coaching squad, you tell your guys, look, we made a lot of mistakes in the middle court, bad passes, turnovers, but we're right here in this game because of effort and heart. And if you can translate that into good looks, good extra passes, getting back to the line and hitting your foul shots, they can close this thing out and send Dwyer home losers tonight.
All good points, and I'm sure they're being stretched by Coach John Anderson to his ball club. Fred Ross is the head coach of the Dwyer Panthers, and boy, does he have a talented, deep, athletic bunch, no question. And their JV looked pretty impressive too, Brett. They've got some athletes.
They certainly did look impressive and real quick. I mean, the one thing I was really surprised at in that JV Dwyer squad is the ball handling skills of those young men. Left hand, right hand, off the dribble, extra pass, bounce pass. I mean, these kids had some fundamentals that were very impressive for their age group.
Absolutely. For Jupiter to start the second half, it'll be Goldwasser, Lillard, Souders, Hain, and Joni Harvey. For Dwyer, let's see, that'll be 21, that's Agnew. 23 is Gonzalez. 20.
Well, I know 22 is Davis, and I'm sure
Davis.
the entire bench and coaching staff of Jupiter knows it too by now.
Oh, yeah.
He's had quite an impact.
And Worthen, number 12, and then also on the floor will be number 2, Roderick Gaines. Inbounds pass comes to number 21, and that is Thomas Agnew, who's not scored in the ballgame tonight. Had some foul troubles, but he got a nice feed there into Davis.
And there's the extra pass I was talking about, Brant.
Yep.
Great penetration off the dribble, the left hand, bounce pass right in his pocket, and a great look for Davis, the main man in the middle.
Not sure who that foul went on for Jupiter, but an interior player. And a chance at a three-point play here to start the half by Davis. He can't hit the free throw. Hain runs down the deep rebound, gets the ball to Lillard.
I love the full-court press here, Brant.
34-30 is the score. Here comes Hain. Drops the ball off to Harvey. He can't hold on to it. Got knocked loose. Still loose. Picked up by Reed Goldwasser. Souders was wide open underneath, but nobody saw him.
That was one bounce pass away for Goldwasser, but he never saw him. And another bad turnover.
Shot put up and made by Agnew on a terrible cross-court pass. And quickly, Dwyer gets the lead back up to 6. Here's Reed Goldwasser, gets it to Harvey. Missed it badly, couldn't get the backboard. He had a bad angle coming on off that baseline. Dwyer going to attack the basket right away. Shot blocked by Harvey inside. Rebound loose, picked up by Reed Goldwasser. Reed's going to bring it up the court. He's got players out in front. Gets the ball to Devontae. He's going to take it in on a stop and go. Lays it up off the glass and got it. He's got 8. So
very nice take there by Devontae Lillard.
4-point game. Here's a wide open shot inside for Davis again. And the thing that plagued Jupiter early, plaguing them again now, cutting off the lane. Here's Lillard, gets the ball to Hayne. Cole across the timeline, double team, back to Lillard. Goes in the corner, Souders a 3. Can't get it. Boy, he's had a couple of great looks, and they've not gone. The rebound goes out of bounds off of Dwyer.
Doesn't matter who the shooter is, their outside game is broken right now. They got to keep working the ball inside. That's where their success was in the first half, was working into Harvey. Lillard penetrating. They got to get back to that.
Reed tries a 3. It's short. Souders got the rebound, but he couldn't save it.
Yeah,
and it leads to a breakout for Dwyer. But a nice steal by Reed Goldwasser. But then he throws a bad pass, picked off, and then stolen back. Jake Dawkins will never get it. Here's the drive, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Reed Goldwasser, and it will send Dwyer to the foul line.
Now, Brant, I'm going to ask you this question. Does the same rule apply at this level with that inside circle, that half circle? Now, you're shaking your head no, so why wasn't that a charge?
I know, that looked like the call to me, but the official must have felt that Reed leaned one way or the other. I didn't see it from here. Free throw is up and around and no good by Bakari Worth, and he'll have another one coming here. So
I'll tell you, Dwyer came out with that full court press, and they're basically telling Jupiter, prove to us that you can improve your ball security, because right now we don't believe you can. We don't believe you can secure the ball and limit the turnovers, and they're right so far.
5 free throws in a row were made in the first quarter by Dwyer. Now they've missed 4 in a row, including the front end of a bonus, but the turnover there by the sophomore, Jake Dawkins, will get Jerome Davis back in the ball game. 6:07 to play, a 6-point Dwyer lead. McDonough will take the ball out of bounds, and he gets it in to Agnew. Here is Davis. He takes it and then almost had it stolen, but got it back. Shot is put up off the glass, won't go. Rebound taken by Reed Goldwasser. So Jupiter gets the ball ahead to Devontae Lillard. Really pressured out front, takes it all the way in, tries to go up for a shot, and got bailed out right at the end on a foul, and that might go on number 2, Gaines.
Well, that's been
they called it on 23 instead. They got Jordan Gonzalez.
That's been one of their more successful strategies, is get the ball to Lillard and let him take it off the dribble. Unfortunately, at the line, he hasn't been airtight, but he gets this one here.
He's actually made 4 in a row, 5 of his last 6.
Well, there you go.
So he's improving at the line. But you know what? You make a good point. As much as the ball is in his hands, he needs to be a good free throw shooter. It's imperative.
Imperative, Brent.
He got them both. He's got 10. He brings Jupiter back to within 4 again. Boy, this has been a tightly contested game. But every time when it looks like Jupiter's ready to make a run, Dwyer turns up the heat athletically. Here's Gaines with the basketball. Fell down. Davis dives in, picks it up, gives it to Souders. He's got a breakout. He's going to take it down. Gets it to Davis, knocked loose on the floor. Davis comes up with it, uses those football skills, and then gets tied up. And who will the arrow point to? I believe it will point to Jupiter. So Jupiter will get the ball. Good job there by Jerome Davis. So I don't care which way the arrow was going, just to stay after that loose basketball.
Great quickness and intensity shown by Davis there to get on that 50-50 ball.
Whistle blows, and not sure what the call is. The defender was standing out of bounds. He cannot do that. They back him up. So now Davis will try to get it in. And 5-second count. Nobody came to the basketball. That's not Jerome's fault. Nobody came to help him. And Dwyer thwarted that attempt to get the ball inbounds.
They've got to have a play run up, ready to execute there. Nobody just came back to support Davis, and that's what ended up being the result.
Here is a foul on Joni Harvey, a hold as a drive was made, and that on Joni will be at least his third. It'll belong to Dwyer underneath their own basket, so Joni Harvey's got to be careful. And we're going to have a substitution checking into the lineup for the Warriors is Derek Beard, the 6'4 junior. And inbounds pass and a shot put up right away. Well, not very well defended there by Jupiter, and 5 for Agnew, and it stretches it to a 7-point lead, 41-34. Here comes Lillard all the way to the hoop.
That's an easy charge
Call
call.
for the charge.
Easy call for the refs.
It is.
And now they're in real trouble because
First foul.
they look completely out of their comfort zone offensively in the half court and transition. They've got to settle down and really start working their offense.
Dwyer on the attack. Give the ball to McDonough. He gets a man inside. Davis, nice catch, and turns and puts it off the glass in heavy traffic. And Davis now has 16 in this ball game. And Dwyer pushes the lead up to 9. It might be the largest that they've had. No, they were there once before in the first half. Souders on a drive. Nice fake. Puts it off the glass. Can't get it. Tipped by Beard. No good. Rebounded by Dwyer. And the Panthers have the ball, the 9-point lead.
Yep.
They've had a big third quarter. They have a man wide open inside, and they get the ball off to number 12, Wharton, and he's got 7 now in the ball game, and a timeout by Jupiter.
That lead has been stretched from 2 points to 7 points, and the key word here is passing. The passing for Jupiter has been sloppy in the half court and in the transition. For Dwyer, alternately, they're doing what they were not doing in the first half, and that is making smart bounce passes, extra passes to Davis inside, getting good looks within 5 feet, and that's where you see the stretch in the lead.
Well, I'll tell you something else, Brett, being outscored 11-4 in the quarter doesn't help too much either.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you, even though Jupiter is getting to the line, a couple calls on Devontae and making the free throws, it's just not going to be enough if Dwyer's going to be pressuring the ball, creating turnovers, and converting on the other end.
Basketball will belong to Jupiter. They need a couple of baskets here to try to stop the bleeding, if it were, because Dwyer is really putting the heat on him.
And more that full court press. I love the decision by the Dwyer coaching staff here to press.
Here's Jerome Davis with it. They're going to jump into a double team, and he throws it right to Dwyer, and a breakout jam is good by Bakari Wharton, who's got 9. And here's Beard with the ball. They double team him. The ball knocked loose on the floor, and they're going to rule that it went off of Jupiter, and Dwyer will get it back. And boy, that pressure by the Dwyer Panthers really working big dividends for them now as they jumped out to a 13-point lead.
I'll tell you, that pressure, that turnover, setting up the flight schedule, the rise and the dunk. I mean, this Dwyer squad is showing off so much athleticism, Brent.
Call a blocking foul on Beard as they tried to drive the ball inside. He doesn't agree with the call, but it's going to be the 5th personal foul of this half against Jupiter. There's a catch and shoot, and the ball hits the top of the backboard and goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Jupiter.
That emphatic dunk, Brant, that ballooned this lead to double digits, and really it was a statement basket by this Dwyer squad, and Jupiter's really going to have to pull something from down deep within to get back in this game.
Lillard with the basketball. They cut him off. He gets it to Beard. He takes it in, tries to reverse it, can't get it, got it back, missed it again. Rebound knocked loose, and McDonough comes out with it. Dwyer Panthers lead by 13, looking for more. McDonough with a 3 ball, won't go. Rebound taken by Dwyer. They can't get it. They get another rebound, and then Davis blocks the shot, and the arrow will give the ball to whom?
I think it's going to be Jupiter's ball, but that should have been a foul on McDonough, Brant, an over-the-back as he came flying in. That's an over-the-back foul. You got to call that.
Dwyer had the ball.
Oh, great block by Devontae.
Devontae will never get that pass. Yes, he does. They fought for it, and he lays it up with the left hand. How did he get that ball?
What a wonderful job done by Devontae Lillard. He gets the block, recognizes that his guys have got the best chance at the rebound, releases early, a little fortunate on the tip, but converts on the other end, and that's the type of effort Jupiter's going to need.
Looked like the two defenders that were back ran into each other and both went down, and that allowed the ball to bounce right to Devontae, and he laid it in.
Well, you're going to need some lucky bounces to get back in this. 11 points down still.
47-36, and Devontae Lillard has all 6 of Jupiter's points in this quarter, and you don't really like to see one guy have to handle all of it either, Brett. You'd like to see Souders, who had a nice first half, get going, but it seems like Anthony's really having his game hurried up a little bit here in this quarter, and I think that they're not benefiting from that penetration and kick for easy baskets that they were earlier.
No, they're not. They're not. The full court press by Dwyer is advantageous twofold. It's creating the turnovers, and it's also keeping Jupiter from getting in their half-court set comfortably.
Dwyer with the ball. They'll pull up and fire. The shot is no good. The rebound is grabbed by whom?
That's
nobody. Loose on the floor. We're going to have another held ball. This one should go to Dwyer.
That was an obvious travel on number 12 for Dwyer. I'm surprised that wasn't called.
Now they're letting them play, I'll say that.
Yeah, they certainly are. And in a lot of these situations, I like that. They're not bailing anybody out.
Well, the arrow must point to the Warriors, so Jupiter will have the ball. They get it into Devontae Lillard. Big trip here to try to get it under double digits for Jupiter. Lillard's going to take it in, dropped it off the Beard. He wasn't ready for the pass, and it's stolen by Dwyer. Oh, a double dribble there they missed.
Yep.
By McDonough, and now the ball passed down low, and they're going to call a foul on an interior pass. Now, if that goes on Reed Goldwasser, that will, I think, be his fourth. He may have to come out of the game. That is the call. Foul on Reed. I've got him for 4. Of course, that's very unofficial.
No, but it looks like you're right. In comes Cody Wilson for Reed, and Goldwasser, when he gets to the bench, the coach has to tell him your intensity is good, but you got to be smarter on the passes.
Here's the inbounds pass taken by the Dwyer Panthers. Gaines on the drive.
Good luck.
Kicks it out. Open shot. Put up. Way off the mark. Jerome Davis grabs the rebound on an air ball. Gets it to Lillard. Devontae. They try to double team him. Every time it's in his hands, gets it to Cody Wilson. He is quick to the basket, and he comes down, and he's blocked on his way to the hoop. This will be a non-shooting foul, and they're going to get this one on number 2. And that is Roderick Gaines, and that might be that young man's 4th foul.
That right there is exactly what they need out of Cody Wilson. They need him to drive with his eyes up. He's dribbling with his head up. He sees the man in the corner, Sauter, who was set up for a nice corner 3 if it wasn't for the blocking foul.
Dillard got the catch, was fouled right away by Gaines. And, boy, he's got to have a bunch. I already had him for 4. Obviously, that wasn't his 5th, but they're going to leave him on the floor and in the game.
That's a testament to the deep bench of Dwyer.
Jerome Davis going to take the ball out of bounds. Gets it into Cody Wilson. Boy, Cody is quick. He's going to try to work on his man off the dribble. Gets the ball to Beard. Nice cut to the basket and got the easy one. What a great speed, though, from Cody.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, this team's complexion on offense in the half court with him in.
Totally different. 47-38, 9-point lead for Dwyer. And they're the ones that are kind of slowing it down here a little bit. They go inside. Davis on the catch, put it up. Can't get it, draws the foul. Nothing wrong with that. Beard got caught on his backside. Could not stop the entry pass, so didn't give him the bunny. Makes him go to the line to earn him, where he struggled a little bit tonight.
Well, the game plan is simple here in the second half. Take your time up the floor, get the ball to Davis or forward inside, and get a good look. It's been a great strategy, and what they need to do if you're Jupiter, you need to really, as you said, try to deny that pass, get an extra defender over looking for that entry pass, and really make it tough for them to enter the ball down into the post.
Yep, that's a good point. It's been way too easy.
Way too easy.
It's a 9-point ball game. Davis can stretch it to 10. He looks for his 17th point, and he got it. And the ball bounced away, and they stop the action for a moment as the official gets it for Anthony Souders, who can run the baseline or the inline if he wants to. Gets it into Cody, and they jump into a double team. Ball loose on the floor, picked up, and then a foul called as Davis took it to the hoop again.
That was a good block by Wilson. I know the refs have a tough job, but that was a good block by Wilson. And I just want to say real quick, Brent, that this lineup on the floor right here for Jupiter, I like this lineup. It's not the biggest lineup, but it's a very heady lineup with a lot of good ball handlers.
And some speed and quickness.
Absolutely.
Free throw by Davis is up and in. He's got 18. Alex Davis, just a junior. Boy, what a good-looking ball player he is. He's smooth, too. He's pushed it back to an 11-point game, goes for his 19th point, and he got it.
Well, he's been clearing away the most impressive player on the court, and Dwyer has made no mask of trying to get the ball down to him primarily here in the half-court set.
Cody Wilson with the basketball. Maybe being played a little bit more in this third quarter than Coach Anderson would have liked because of Goldwasser's foul trouble, but he's out there. There's the ball. Lillard tried to get it to Davis and threw it about 6 feet too high for Jerome, who's only 5'10" anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to see Wilson really do the majority, the bulk of the facilitating for Jupiter instead of Devontae. I'd like Devontae to cut, get the ball off a cut and mismatch, and try to get to the hoop in other ways.
11th point of the night dropped in by Bakari Worthen. So he becomes the second Panther in double figures, and now it's a 14-point Dwyer lead, their biggest of the night. And here's a foul, losing his balance on Worthen.
Good call.
I'm not sure if the coach is upset with that call or if he's upset with his player for getting, but that was clearly a foul. I mean, there was no question he was off balance, and I think he might be more upset with his player.
I would think
than
so.
the call, yeah. Up's a dangerous pass, but Cody with those quick feet and hands runs it down. Double team him, give the ball to Davis. He'll try a three off the front of the iron, and that shot looked like it might go in, but it's a little bit short.
Brant, from my estimation, they're over from the three-point line tonight. They just haven't had any luck from 10 feet and out.
Great feed there, and it's missed, but Lillard can't make the follow-up, and Dwyer gets the rebound.
Man, that thing has had a cover on it the entire second quarter for this Jupiter squad.
It has, and now this held ball will go over to Dwyer as number 2, Roderick Gaines, will check back in along with Jack McDonough. So Dwyer will bring it up court. The ball stolen away, though, by Wilson. Quickly gets it to Sodders on a breakout. Tries to stuff it, can't get it. Rebound Lillard in heavy traffic. He has it taken by McDonough, and John Anderson can't believe there was no foul call there. But
Good
here's
D.
Dwyer at the other end, leading by 14.
No foul to be called. Great transition and recovery D by Dwyer.
Final 25 seconds. Roderick Gaines on the drive and kick. Dwyer just holding on. Here's a drive, and they drop the ball off to Davis. He tries to stuff it in, can't do it. Then Cody Wilson got a block on a shot put up by Jordan Gonzalez, and the arrow will turn the ball back over to Jupiter.
On the Jupiter end, I hate the attempted dunk by Sauter. You're too far behind. You get the layup. On this end, I love the entry pass and the aggressiveness by Davis to try to get the dunk and the foul. You're up 14 points. Try to stretch that lead with an emphatic dunk. I like it.
Here's Lillard on the pass from Cody Wilson. Brings it down, sets up Beard. Little 8-footer is going to be short. Rebound Hayne. He can't hold it. Taken by Dwyer. And then Souders takes it out of his hands. Loose on the floor, and that's the end of the quarter as the buzzer blows. So a 20-point quarter for the Dwyer Panthers pushes them out to a 40 or 52 to 38 lead. They go up by 14 as they outscore Jupiter in that quarter by a score of 20-8.
Well, I'll tell you what, as I look at Jupiter, there's two things I really don't like about their strategy. One, where's Hardy? He's not on the floor at all, especially with Davis running rampant on the inside. You need all the size you can get. Why isn't he playing? I'm not sure what the coach is seeing, but I'd like to see more minutes out of him. Number two, why aren't you getting the ball to Sauter off the dribble and trying to get more shots for him? Devontae needs to realize that they're doubly teaming him. And if Sauter's got 10 points in the first half, you want to keep trying to ride that hot hand. He's trying to do too much himself. They got away from that a little bit with Wilson on the floor. He settled things down, but then Wilson also had trouble getting the ball to Sauter. I'd like to see the coach write some things up on the blackboard and try to get the ball in Sauter's hands. As you look at Dwyer, though, they are doing exactly what I asked out of them in the first half. I said they were one extra pass away from the open shot. That's exactly what they're doing, usually on the bounce pass, and it's usually to Davis, which was the second point I was making. He is physically dominant, size-wise dominant, and he has got the aggressiveness and the confidence to really stretch this lead. They're doing a great job getting the ball in his hands.
All good points, and all find Dwyer with a 14-point lead and some work cut out for the Jupiter Warriors, who will be right back in action again tomorrow night at Wellington, and Brett and I will be there for all the action. Jack McDonough will take the ball out of bounds for the Dwyer Panthers. He's played a lot tonight.
Yeah, he has played a lot. He's played good, too. Very good on the defensive end, especially.
Davis got free, but then missed the shot. Harvey got the rebound, gets it to Beard, and he'll find Hain with it. Harvey streaks to the basket at the other end, and Hain picks up the dribble, gives the ball off to Goldwasser. Back to Harvey. He'll hook it up, no good. Beard can't control it. Rebound Dwyer, look out. Gaines with it to the other end. Sets up his teammate. A dipsy-do shot put up and in by number 3, and that is Kenneth Anders, who got the bucket and drew the foul.
I love that you mentioned McDonough, because right after his name came out your mouth, he made a huge defensive play on Harvey. That sparked the fast break in the hoop. McDonough has played big minutes and played them well, especially on the defensive end.
I'll tell you what, this Dwyer ball club, as the district, they're undefeated in their district. They are 4-0. And I'll tell you what, as play goes on into the tournament, this is a team, keep your eye on these guys. They are talented. Shot put up, and it's good by Anders. He's got 10. He's the third Dwyer Panther in double figures.
I'd love to see what a little bit larger, more athletic interior defenders would do to Davis's game.
Hain on a runner, left it short. Harvey tries to grab the rebound. It's tied up, and it'll be a hell ball.
You know,
now we've got some kind of a problem at the scorer's bench. They're trying to wave the officials over. I think there's a problem, and they're going to try to get something sorted out. I'm looking at our clock. Are we okay? We got 7:23 to go. Somebody might be playing with 5 personal fouls. It appears that is the call, and who had one called against them?
If we're
Looks
talking
like it
about
might have been Joni Harvey. Was he whistled for a foul, Joni?
Yeah, I think Harvey got the foul on this end of that bang play back the other way. If that was Harvey, you may be right.
I believe that's what happened, and holding up 5 fingers, so he's now out of the ball game. Lillard on the inbounds pass, got it, and he's fouled before he can put a shot up.
I don't think Harvey was really being utilized correctly, or maybe just the coaching staff knows and sees something in his game here in this matchup that I'm not seeing. But it's not going to be a big tragedy with Harvey out, because he really never got his bearings in this contest.
No. He had a good start on putbacks early, but couldn't get in the flow offensively after the first quarter.
He was the forgotten man in the half court.
Dwyer now leads it by 17. Lillard going to have to throw it into somebody. Does to Goldwasser. Back to Lillard. Lays it up too hard. No good. Rebound Dwyer. Lit on the basket for Jupiter. And now what is this? I think they want John Anderson to sit down. I think John stood up and he said something. And now Coach Fred Ross wants to know why you blow the whistle and stop our breakout. If you're going to blow the whistle, shouldn't it be a technical foul? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It looks like a warning.
He stopped the transition offense to deliver a warning to the coaching staff. If you're going to stop that, no, you got to deliver the tech if you're going to stop the transition.
Yeah. And John usually doesn't say a lot, so I don't know what happened there. But here's Dwyer at the other end, the ball loose on the floor, picked up by Lillard. He's going to try to dribble through traffic. They send bodies at him. He traveled with it.
Yes, you got to make that pass earlier, Brent.
I know it. Well, I think he thought he was going to have to shoot it himself, and by the time he saw and recognized Hain was over there, couldn't get it to him. So Dwyer up by 17.
That right there,
will go to work again.
That was a result of the defensive pressure that has been applied on Lillard in the second half. It's made him unsure on his shot.
And there's a penetrating move by Davis, the man again. Alex with 21. Came right down the middle of the lane and dropped it in. And now we've got a foul. Bringing the ball up the floor. They're going to call it on number 3, Kenneth Anders. That'll be his second. Only the 6-team foul this half, so not a shooting situation for Dwyer. Lillard gets the inbounds pass. Dwyer now up by 19. With 6:28 to go, there's a lot of time, but Jupiter's got to get somebody with a hot hand. Souders on the drive, went up strong, drew a foul.
They needed that earlier. Souders been very strong off the dribble.
They call this one on number 23, Jordan Gonzalez, and that might be his 4th.
Really what I'm seeing out of Jupiter right now
that's his 5th.
is a lack of focus. They're missing easy buckets on the inside, lazy passes in the transition. On the defensive end, they're rotating late, and they're just getting bad slap fouls on the shots, sending these guys to the line for an extra bucket. It's really been a lack of focus breaking down here for Jupiter.
Jupiter's not scored in the 4th quarter. They've scored only 8 points in the second half, and Souders with a chance here at a couple of free throws.
Yeah, 8 points in the entire second half. It's indicative of the lack of offensive structure, especially in the half court, and you got to give credit where credit is due. This Dwyer full court press has had them completely uncomfortable all second half.
No doubt. Souders will shoot 2 free throws. He's perfect at the line tonight, 4 for 4. Puts it up, and still a lid on the basket, although that one did roll in. Boy, he's living well. He might want to buy a lottery ticket tonight. He's probably not old enough to, but if he were, it'd be the night to buy it. Second shot is up and in.
I'd really like to see Sauter get real aggressive here. If they make a run now, right now, they have a chance.
Here's the ball thrown away, turned over by Dwyer. They tried to get it to Joe Lane, and it looked like it hit right at his feet and went out of bounds.
I think that Dwyer has put in their entire, backup-looking squad aside from Davis, and I think it was a little early to do that. Jupiter has a chance here, barring bad turnovers like that, of course.
Yeah, chance to make a mini run here. They really need to do it. And there's a blocking foul called on Beard.
That's a good call. Beard looks confused, but you got to move your feet, young man.
Well, it all started at the other end where he traveled with trying to get the ball to a teammate, and so then he commits the foul. And that's the double bonus for the Dwyer Panthers. Free throw is missed by Anders, who is 1 of 2 from there tonight, and they'll have another one coming here.
They've got Goldwasser. They've got Sauter in. We know those two can shoot outside. I'd like to see Lillard really concertedly penetrate and kick out to some of these outside shooters and see if they can't get him heated up.
Anders
just like
has
that.
11. Souders tries a deep 3, but it won't go. Rebounded by Dwyer.
I like the look, though.
And Anders gets the ball ahead. Davis is tied up by Souders, and the arrow will point
Good call.
to Jupiter.
Good call by the ref there. Good play by Sauter. And the more desperate the situation, the bigger this kid seems to get. He got the same way going into the end of the first half where they closed that gap the first time. It was in large part due to his play, and here he goes again, getting very aggressive, jumping in passing lanes.
58-40 is the score. Hain gets the ball in to Reed Goldwasser. He'll bring it up the timeline, gets the ball to Beard. Nobody cut off the weak side. Woo. Tight, high pass. It was grabbed by Souders. Lillard sets up Hain for the layup.
There's the extra look. I've been looking for that since the second quarter, Brent.
Cole Hain, his his second field goal, but his 6th point. Now a shot put up by Dwyer, and then they lose the rebound out of bounds. 5:32 to play. Chance here for Jupiter to make a mini run, trailing by 16. Back into the ball game, number 21 for Dwyer. That is Thomas Agnew, and also number 12, Bakari Worthen.
The last 3 trips down the floor for Jupiter. They got the ball out of their hands quickly, especially Lillard. He recognizes they need to make a run here, and we'll see if they can cut down the poor decisions.
Devontae going to work up and is fouled on a reach-in by Anders, number 3.
Oh, that puts him in the double bonus, doesn't it?
That's a single. That was the 8th team foul on Dwyer, so
okay.
it'll be the 1-and-1, but a chance here, and this is where Jupiter really needs to grow. They've done a good job from the free throw line after the first quarter tonight. And right here with the clock stopped, you want to cash in on this 1-on-1, and they want to continue to knock down free throws in the fourth quarter. Puts it up, and he got it. Beautiful. Kind of a line drive shot, but it doesn't matter if it goes through, does it?
No, I like his stroke, too. It's very consistent, very comfortable, cool, calm, and collected. This Lillard has potential to be a really good player.
Yes, he does. Second shot up. He's just a junior. That's another good thing about him. So he knocks them both down. It's a 14-point ball game. Dwyer with the ball. Try to pass inside. Knocked away. Boy, that's tough against the zone to go in there. Here's Beard. He takes it up strong. Can't get it. Rebounded, though, by Davis, and then he is mugged underneath. I think Cole Hain had the basketball, but he had nothing. They're going to call Beard for his 4th foul. A little bit too much arm there, and that will be a double bonus situation now for the Dwyer Panthers, and it will be Alex Davis, who's tallied 21 tonight, a game-high 21, who will shoot a pair for
I need to see this referee staff reward Beard for being aggressive and taking that ball to the hoop. It looked like he got hit to me. And that was a really good-looking drive.
Free throw is good by Davis, who's now suddenly found his stroke after he had missed a couple. He's now made 4 in a row, and he's going for his 23rd point of the night, and he got it. Boy, he's got a good-looking stroke.
He certainly does, and not to sing the praises of Davis too much, but I'm also impressed at the number of minutes he can play no problem.
Right. Here's Lillard on a drive. I don't believe Devontae's been out of a game tonight, and he certainly wasn't out of the John I. Leonard game either. You talk about a guy that plays a lot. Sauter's on a step-back three.
There it
knocks
is.
it in.
Sauter.
Anthony with 15 on the step-back three, trying to keep Jupiter afloat. There's a shot missed. Rebound comes off to Lillard. There's some time on the clock, 4.5 minutes. A drive, give the ball to Beard. A half hook was short. Rebound out of bounds. No, save. Lillard got it and scored it. Boy, you never save it under the other guy's basket. But Dwyer did there, and it cost him, and a timeout taken by the Dwyer Panthers. And Coach Fred Ross not happy with his ball club as we're back to an 11-point ball game at 60-49 with a lot of basketball, Brett, left to be played. 4.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, there's a big run by Jupiter, and two things have really caused this. One, Jupiter starting to hit those inside shots that they were missing earlier. Some of those shots that really should be a given. Inside 5 feet, they're hitting them. They're getting their focus back. Two, the passing for Dwyer has completely fallen off the rails. With a lead like this, you got to calm it down. Get good, secure, open passes, bounce passes, two hands, open up your hip face, get it square in there, and get the ball back down to Davis. Why did you stop going down to your bread and butter?
I'm sure that will be a point of emphasis for Coach Ross there as he talks it over at the halftime. You're right, Davis has been a load, and really, Jupiter's not had an answer for the young man all night. He scored in every quarter, and he's tallied a game-high 22. But
they won't have an answer for him, Brant, and if used correctly, Dwyer could ride him to the win.
Yep. So, Dwyer will have the basketball, leading here 60-49. McDonough gets the ball in to number 21, Thomas Agnew. The ball in Davis's hands, back to McDonough. They try to get Davis free inside, and the play worked beautifully. He came right off the screen, no communication, and Davis now has 24. And now we have a steal and a jam by number 12, and that is Bakari Wharton. He's got 13, and just like that, Dwyer back up by 15.
That might have been the dagger.
Lillard on a drive, put the shot up, couldn't get it, and a foul call. Might have been McDonough that got him with the block as he took it to the hoop. That will be the call.
That last turnover in the stuff might have been a dagger. That one really is going to take the wind out of your sails if you're Jupiter.
You're right about that, even though there's still time on the clock. Devontae Lillard has tallied 14, now 15.
How about the guards for Dwyer rising? That was a guard on that steal, the rise and the rip.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Well, they list him at a power forward. So.
Oh, well, he's a power forward. Okay, good.
But still. Oh, there's a miss by Lillard. We haven't had many of those tonight. Especially that's the first miss in the fourth quarter and the second half for Jupiter from the foul line. But 64-50 Dwyer. Davis, he's calm, isn't he?
He's so calm and collected.
He is. He's cool. He caught that ball and he said, hey, let's settle down, run our offense.
He plays like this whole basketball thing comes a little easy to him.
Oh, yeah. Here's a pull-up shot. Won't go. Hayne with the rebound. And a dangerous pass to Lillard, but he got it. He's got to be aware that there's a man trailing him. He's going to bring it down, and he got bumped into and fouled by number 2, Roderick Gaines, and he might have committed his 5th. Must just be his 4th, but Lillard will be back at the line, and he'll have 2 shots coming here with the clock stopped. Devontae has scored 15 in the contest. Eyes it, flies it. Left it short off the front of the rim. 64-50 is the score. Dwyer up by 14, 3:28 to go. You can't leave chances like these on the deck.
I have a feeling watching Lillard's game tonight, I have a feeling he's going to put up some gaudy numbers in spots this season, Brent.
I agree with you. He's got 16, but quickly here's Dwyer at the other end. Get the ball to Davis, and again, just cool and holds on.
And speaking of gaudy numbers, with him up over 20 now.
Yeah, he's smooth. Passes the ball to McDonough. Davis wants it on the give and go, got it back, and then was fouled. Souders did his best to guard it. No help, though. What do you do? I think he was like, help me.
I mean, you could not have been playing him closer or any tougher, and they just dump it right down in. The supreme confidence this offense has in Davis, and it's well put. It's
And
well
he'll catch
placed.
it. He'll catch it. That's the thing. He's made 5 free throws in a row, 7 of 9 on the night. He scored 24, and he'll shoot 2 here.
Wow.
Boy, he's got the stroke down now. 25 points in this ball game for Alex Davis, who's just a junior.
If this is the norm for Davis's game at the free throw line, his aggressiveness inside, this Dwyer squad's going to win a lot of ball games, Brent.
He got the shooter's bounce on that one. He's tallied 26, and it's a 15-point Dwyer lead. Here's Goldwasser on a drive. Tried to wrap the ball over to Davis, but Dwyer shut off that baseline beautifully and deflected the pass out of bounds.
I got to believe that Jupiter's a better shooting squad than we've seen tonight. It's just this quickness and athleticism closing out on the shooters just like that we've seen out of Dwyer. It's really got them out of rhythm.
Goldwasser, I thought he had traveled, but they rule that Alex Davis got a little bit too much contact behind him. Picks up only a second personal of the ball game, but it's a double bonus. And Reed Goldwasser, who's not scored tonight and 0 for 2 from the line, will shoot 2 here. Puts it up and can't get it.
He's had a real tough night, Brent.
He really
Goldwasser,
has. Yeah.
Turnovers. He's had trouble looking up and seeing the whole court in the press, and everybody's been off shooting tonight.
He puts this one up, and that's his first point of the night. So he gets off the offer anyway. Here's Davis in to try to harass the Dwyer guard. He goes right around him, brings it down. Well, might have got away with a walk, but he got it off to Davis, who knows what to do with it, doesn't he? 28 for that young man.
And Davis's mindset now is that there's nobody on this Jupiter squad that can stop me from doing what I want to do.
No good, no-look pass from Devontae to Reed. He tries a 3, no good. Tipped by Hayne, no good. Rebounded by Davis, and he's fouled. And then that actually wasn't Davis. That was number 12, Warthen, who kind of got into a chest-bumping routine down here with Jerome Davis. But
I'm not thinking
no harm.
Davis is the one you want to kind of pick out with the physicality.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Bakari Warthen, number 12, has scored 13 in this game, and he'll have 2 free throws here on the double bonus. He's 1 of 3 from the line tonight.
This kid has been ultra impressive. That dunk midway through this fourth quarter really was the emphatic exclamation point on that Dwyer lead. Jupiter has not recovered from that big-time slamma-jamma.
He's got 14. You're right. You said that might have been a nail in the coffin, and you look back right now, probably was. He hits both free throws. He's got 15, and now it's an 18-point Dwyer lead, 70-52. Here's Lillard, and dangerous pass to Hayne, taken by Davis in the open court. He wants to jam, and he does. Wow.
Jupiter has been taken to flight school. Jabari and Davis are absolutely rising and finishing on this Warrior defense. How impressive is number 22, Brant?
30th point of the night for Alex Davis.
They're going straight to the penthouse and dropping these boys off at the 4th floor, Brant. I mean, these guys can elevate.
They can. Souders will be at the foul line. He's had a nice game tonight, Anthony has. Didn't score in the third quarter, but he's tallied 15, and he'll have 2 free throws here. Nice steady game from him, and he drops it in.
It's
got a nice touch for a big guy, doesn't he?
He does. I love his touch. I love his confidence. He's got a high on-court IQ. His confidence really is the key to his game. I don't think he ever feels like he's uncomfortable in the half-court set at all.
Puts the second one up, and we jinxed him. Talked about it too much. He missed it.
I really like Sauter's game. I can't wait to see more of him out of the season. And I think that Cody Wilson and Sauter is going to be a very, very formidable 1-2 punch going forward in the Jupiter season.
Here's a scramble for the basketball. It gets under the Dwyer player, and a timeout's going to be called by Dwyer. He says, I really don't want to talk to my guys. I just want to stop the now he'll talk to him, and it'll be a full timeout. 72-52 the score. Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill at 6671 West Indian Town Road in Jupiter features live entertainment every Wednesday through Saturday night. Join them for all the fun at Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill in Jupiter. Make sure you're on the winning team when it comes to your financial future. Contact Richard Lepore, Signature Financial Solutions at 1375 Gateway Boulevard in Boynton Beach, and set your course for financial security. Phone 561-596-2743. After the game, stop by Cheeseburgers and More in the Jupiter West Shopping Center on Indian Town Road and enjoy one of their great burgers and your favorite beverage. The Jupiter Medical Center is a proud sponsor of Jupiter High School basketball and the Big W Sports Network. Your friends at the Jupiter Medical Center say go Warriors. And Giuseppe's Italian Restaurant in the Chasewood Plaza in Jupiter features a great family atmosphere. Enjoy the Italian cuisine daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. For takeout or catering, phone Giuseppe's in Jupiter at 561-743-2330. 2 minutes exactly left to play in the basketball game. Brent Weibel, Brett Rowley on the call here for you tonight. It was a good game for a half, but the second half has been all Dwyer.
Well, Davis has put his signature all over this second half, and I wanted to ask you, Brent, what do you think his chances of the next level are?
Oh, he can play. He can play somewhere. Oh, and a missed jam there by the Panthers, but they get the rebound back, and here's a drive and a runner put in by number 4, and that is Luke with his first 2. Here's Davis trying to take it to the other end. Throws it right to Pickrell. The freshman tries a 3, and he rolls it in. Jensen Pickrell, the freshman. That'll be a highlight for that young man.
What a confident stroke by that youngster. Oh, the catch and the dead-eye shot.
Coach Anderson's gone to his youngsters. Here's a steal by Jake Dawkins, a sophomore. Gives the ball to Goldwasser. Over to Hain. He wanted to pull the trigger from 3. Couldn't do it. Here's the pass to Pickrell. Takes it out. They guard him a little closer now, and I think we had a foul called on number 20.
I think he was a little aggressive trying to get through a screen.
Okay.
I think.
All right. It's going to send Cole Hain to the line, who's scored 6 tonight, to shoot double bonus. Stops the clock with 1:08 to play and a 19-point Dwyer lead at 74-55. Hain's free throw is way off the mark. I'd like to see Cole shoot the ball with one hand a little bit more. He's kind of got the 2 on it, but his guide hand needs to get off to the side because he's got a nice stroke and he's got good lift, but he needs to go more a little one-handed. Puts this one up, can't get it either, and then ball knocked out of bounds by Dawkins. It'll stay with Dwyer.
I see exactly what you mean with his stroke. He's got to use his left for more support. Yeah, he's pushing it out of there.
Dwyer on the inbound, and the ball knocked away by Davis, picked up by Dawkins. His spinning shot won't go, and a rebound pulled down by Dwyer.
Dawkins has got to be more aware. He had a man on each side cutting back down to the other end of the floor with him.
Shot put up by number 20 is good, and that is Jovelli Chirima. That was a 3-pointer. No, a 2-pointer. 3-pointer by Goldwasser, no good. Lost out of bounds off of Dwyer. 38.7 seconds to play. And now all kinds of substitutions for the Panthers of Dwyer. Number 35, Richard Bennett, Jr., is into the ball game.
I really appreciate this high-energy philosophy by Dwyer, especially in that full-court press coming out of the beginning of the game and then again in the beginning of the second half. It really sets a tone and allows them to dictate the action. They ran with it well in the second half.
Jerome Davis saw the opening to the basket, took it in, and drew the personal foul, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Jerome scored 2 points back in the second quarter. This will be his first opportunity.
I'll tell you, you see this at this level a lot, Brant. That's Jupiter has completely relaxed on this end of the court. They're slinging the ball around. They're taking better shots. You see more shots from more people because the game's out of control. The pressure's off, so now it's time to just go out there and have fun.
That's true. 3rd point there by Jerome Davis. He'll have another free throw coming. Puts it up, left it short. Hain tries to get the rebound, and he does. Stayed with it, shovels it up, can't get it. And then a foul called on the rebound inside will go against Dwyer, who will go to the line. Jerome Davis once again. Hit one out of 2 moments ago, and he'll have 2 more here.
I like that Goldwasser's still on the floor for Jupiter. As far as the coaching move, he's kind of telling his guy, look, I believe in you, and he's letting his guy get, more comfortable with the situation. He didn't have a great game, but the more he plays, the farther behind in his memory bad decisions will be. I like the confidence he's got in 12.
4th point by Davis. It's a 19-point Dwyer lead. Here's a drive to the basket. The shot put up and in by number 4 again, Luke.
That's the third aggressive drive by Luke. I like the looks of this young man.
Tommy Luke put it in. Here's Goldwasser with a drive and left it short. Tried to save it, but saved it to Dwyer. Luke's going to have a dunk, and he scores. That brings down the house for Dwyer. 6 points for him, and that is the final score. Dwyer busting out in the second half, scoring 48 points in the second half. Go on to rout Jupiter by a final of 80 to 57 as they just opened it up right there.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, they certainly put their stamp on this game at the end, especially Davis. I mean, they started rising and flying and just putting that, getting good shots in within 5 feet, not to mention the multitude of dunks. Jupiter really had a hard time keeping up with the speed all contest, but it really didn't start getting exploited by Dwyer till late in the game when they really started to lock down Devontae and keep the drivers and the playmakers from Jupiter from really getting in the lane and getting good looks at their teammates. You got to give credit where credit is due. This coaching staff for Dwyer knows where their talent lays, knows where their laurels are. They really rested on them in the second half. What a game by Davis, huh?
Absolutely. He led all scorers. He tallied 30 points in the ball game. And did some pretty good free throw shooting as well in this contest, where he was 9 of 11, finished with 30 points. Bakari Worthen tallies 15, 4 for Roderick Gaines, 5 for Thomas Agnew, 2 for Jack McDonough on a pair of free throws. We played a nice floor game for Dwyer. Kenneth Anders tallied 11 points in the ball game. Chirima had field goal for 2 points. Colin Williams had 2 buckets for 4 points. And Tommy Luke had 3 baskets, including that dunk at the end for 6 points for him. For the Jupiter Warriors, it was a tale of 2 guys that carried the burden tonight. Devontae Lillard finished the evening with 16 points in the contest, and that was matched by Anthony Souders. Those 2 guys came to play and did a good job. They didn't get a whole lot of help. Joni Harvey fouled out of this ball game, tallied 6 points in the contest. Cole Haynes scored 6 points, 2 of 5 from the free throw line, and a couple of buckets. And Jerome Davis had a field goal and 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. 2 points for Cody Wilson on a pair of free throws, and a 3-point basket by the freshman Jensen Pickrell for his 3. So again, the scoring for Jupiter, it was Souders and Lillard leading the way with 16, 6 for Harvey, 6 for Hayne, 4 for Davis, 3 for Pickrell, and 2 for Cody Wilson. And we're right back at it tomorrow night against Wellington on the road, and the Warriors will take on the Wolverines there.
Well, I just want to mention real quick before we get off the game of Worthen and Gonzalez. They didn't get mentioned by us quite as much during the broadcast, but those 2 really carried Dwyer early. They facilitated the offense beautifully, but then Worthen especially in the second half, he really cranked up the defense to another level and really facilitated a lot of those turnovers for Dwyer, created a lot of those transition points, and he was rock solid moving the ball around in the half court. What a game by Worthen. And Sauter, Brent, I can't wait to see more out of this kid, and I can't wait to see more of him with Cody Wilson on the floor together. I think they both are tremendous ball handlers. They both are very confident, and I think the Jupiter squad is a much better shooting squad than they were able to show us tonight.
Well, John Anderson still doesn't have his full squad back. Mike Kuva, a player that will be coming back, still recovering from a broken hand. Another player coming back from some time where he was away. That's Jose Cordero, so he's not able to play yet. And John Anderson, quite frankly, told me 2 weeks ago, don't judge my basketball team until after Christmas, because we're going to play some pretty good people, and we're a young team. All those things are factors, and we're trying to get our guys out there and get experience. And I think as time goes on, this will be a fun team to watch. Okay, that's going to wrap it up from Jupiter tonight, where the final score is 80 for Dwyer and 57 for Jupiter. I'm Brett Weibel saying so long till next time.